So hello and welcome to the next video in this tutorial series, and in this video we will focus on the Seleens. That's a Tech 1 Scout fighter whatever for the Seraphim. And the Seleens has a very cool ability. Whenever it's not moving and not shooting, it gets invisible to radar and to visual. So if I move this right now and switch back to my army, you see, I can see the scout now, but as soon as it stands still, it disappears. And that's quite annoying for several reasons. So, first of all, if you're just moving somewhere with your units, for example with an engineer, and suddenly this unit appears and shoots at it, and you don't have a tank, or in this case an artillery, to shoot back, you're very fast dead. But it's even more annoying if these little bugs sit on mass extractor points or hydro points, because you can't actually build them. You see, I put it on there, but I can't build because if I switch back to the civilian army, you see it, there is a Seleens standing on that point. And for many new players that's very hard, because they don't know. They know that the commander can see everything, so if you move in with your commander and get in range of a Seleens, you will actually spot it. But Seleens are way faster than the commander, and they have intel, so it's very, very hard to find a Seleens with your commander, and it's very, very, very inefficient. So if a Seleens is on a mass point, you will notice that, because you can't build anything. And the easiest thing to do is take your engineer and give it an attack move, and then it will automatically reclaim the Seleens, even if it is invisible, and then you can build your mass extractor. Second possibility, of course, is if you have an RT, or it's also possible with a tank, you can ground fire the position, and of course the splash of the RT or the very small splash of the tank will also kill the Seleens. So actually, this standing on a mass point is the noob bashing tactic number one. But that's not how you should use Seleens. You should use Seleens to scout choke points. So I switch back to the civilian army. As I see, I just built a system. What is this called? A soothsayer. And if I move around with my Seleens and get an intel range of some unit, and then stand still, and the unit did not shoot yet, stand still and hold fire, then the Seleens will not attack the unit, and the unit can't see me, but I can see the unit. So everything in the blue radius is basically radar covered, and if you do this 3 times, then you will lose one because the commander is going one way, but then you still have a very good coverage of the map, and I will show you an example of how somebody did this in a real game later. But let's see what you can do with Seleens 2. So at some point in the game you will get an Omni sensor, and that's the tech-free radar for every faction. And if you put that on, of course, you see the Seleens, so you should clear them up then, so that your opponent doesn't have intel anymore. But of course it's no possibility to rush an Omni only to kill some Seleens. So it's a factional advantage for Seraphim. Once the Seleens are deployed, it's pretty much impossible to get them unless you're claiming by chance there. If they are standing on a mass point, that's basically very nice, because you can reclaim them because you know actually that there is something. Sometimes you set a factory somewhere and you notice you can't build it there, then it's also a good idea to just reclaim there and probably get a Seleens kill. But you cannot detect them by a soothsayer or by anything else that has just optical vision, and also not by anything else that has just normal radar, so Tech 1 Scout can actually not detect this. The Cybran Scout, for example, only has optical stealth, so Tech 1 Land Scout will actually detect a Cybran Scout but not a Seraphim Scout. And that switched the game where somebody used it very efficient. So welcome to the Seeds of Thunder, and as you can see, these two Seleens here and here just move on one position, and if you just look at this view of the game, you can see the Seleens is seeing the mass point, is seeing the engineer that is moving towards the reclaim, moving towards this point, and this Seleens is more or less covering this whole mountain, so if something tries to run through that mountain, it will scout it, and later in the game this scout will actually prevent a raid from me, and this scout will prove very useful, because he sees that I don't have any units here, and later he will run around and go here to this max and deny all my reclaim in the corner, and then move on to kill my base. Actually he fails in the end, but it gives him a pretty good radar coverage. The cool thing about Seleens is also that it's not affected by an energy stall. So if you stall energy and your normal radar gets a blackout, the Seleens will go on giving you a radar coverage. And the whole game I do not detect these two Seleens, so they're standing on positions where I would never build a factory and where I would never send an engineer reclaiming. So there's really no chance to see the Seleens, and they will just give the whole game a constant vision of the map. So see you in the